Hello everyone, welcome back to MoteMancer. I let the game run for a bit in the background, and we have learned Fire Mastery, so I'll just click that button. I did a couple of other small things while I waited. Let me just go get this Fire Mastery, get the keystones going in there the way I said I would. So that was the idea. Now that we no longer need the research on Brimstone and Obsidian, I'm just replacing. This pedestal is full. There we go. Now keystones are going in there. So yeah, and this stuff finished. I forget if any of these were off camera or if it was all on camera. I don't know. Just this very second, we got Radiant Shade, so that's cool. But I also realized. Well, I went and checked out what kind of how the shadow research was progressing, and noted that we were just really low on mycelium. Everything was being backed up by that, so I threw in another couple of these guys here making mycelium. They get bottlenecked on salt or elemental whatever, like elemental shadow, I guess. So they're not all fully productive, but it helped a little bit. And then I realized down here, the last bit of research that I'm not doing yet was mana regen, which just requires like all the stuff I already had plus shade caps. And I was like, well, I don't want to automate shade caps out, but I looked and it turns out the recipe for shade caps is the same as the recipe for void chests. It just is in a different building, right? Mycelium and Ichor Slicks. Mycelium and Ichor Slicks. So I just built the building, the more advanced building, to make shade caps and throw that into the research pile. It hasn't made much progress because it's being starved of mycelium. Being starved of Ichor Slicks? Really? That makes sense, I guess. This was kind of always just for my own personal use, and we're now actually researching a large amount of it. So, let's make sure that this excess gets emptied in here. So maybe that'll speed things up here. Where are all the Ichor Slicks going? Are they all going in here? I guess so. That should be done very soon though, because we've finally stopped researching void chests. So this is just building up a buffer for me to pick up and carry around. And I guess it must be what's taking all the Ichor Slicks. Alright, fine. So let's see, finally, what all the Fire Mastery research available is. It's working on this now, right? Yeah, great. But, Radiant Wire, use the power range of Firewire. I'm sure that's lovely. And all the research for it should be getting poured in already, so that'll happen when it happens. This will happen when it happens. Increased Cinder Collector, sure. Range of thermal towers, fine. Pyrolyzer Sky Cradle. Allows Pyrolyzer to process motes of air and life. So this, I forget if I knew there was something like this, but I didn't know where it was. It looks like it's on the fire plane itself behind Mastery, so now we can produce ether efficiently from every source using pyrolyzers. Cool. Tower attack speed. Increase the attack speed of towers. I assume you mean incineration spires? There's no such thing as a tower, buddy. Or is a tower an incineration spire or a downpour bastion? Who knows? I am, yeah, everything I need is being researched for that, or everything I need to research that is being built. Everything here is being built. New recipes, Incineration Spire, you liar. I already have that recipe. Overburn. Incineration Spires convert excess power into additional damage. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Cool. So this stuff, I think, should all just get researched ambiently. Slowly. Very slowly. And I could leave the fire plane behind. There's other stuff I want to do, but like all this research doesn't need me anymore. Unless one of the moat fields runs dry, I guess. So one thing I'd like to do is set up some pyrolyzers. And additionally, I suppose, automate pyrolyzers, because I don't think the recipe is that complicated. Down here? Yeah, it's ingots and grindstones. And grindstones are salt prisms and ether, which we have both of in chests. That's the same as collectors, isn't it? It is. But in a different building. Okay. And then we just throw ingots into that. So that's gonna drain our ingot supply a lot. Oh no. Well, it's not, oh no, it's fine. I was thinking it's gonna be hard to get access to these ingots, which is sort of true, but not that bad. And we don't need to do any research on pyrolyzers, so the ones I'm building are to actually be placed in the world. And I mean, how many of them could you possibly need? Each one of them makes 6 ether per second. I guess you could need a lot. Because just to do all this, I was using like 90 salt per second, right? And that's just one elemental plane doing one thing. It would be nice to get a couple hundred, I guess, per second. But I don't think I'm going to actually use that. That seems unreasonable. But, you know, even so, that's just a chest full of pyrolyzers at once, right? So I don't think we need a bunch of these buildings. Just one ought to be plenty. We can do this. And I think this, yeah, to steal an ingot or two. I assume this is made in a cinder forge, yeah, which I don't have any of because I need more salt and fire. Well, those are both over here. Sort of. The salt, not so much. Okay. Now I can make a cinder forge. All of this, I don't know. I mean, ingots, you need a lot of them. So they're not all in use most of the time, but for some time they were, and that's what really counts, is they were doing something useful. So here, okay, that powers this. Actually, this is the worst place for a firewire because it's a great place for more of this stuff. So I can pull ingots in faster. Then I just need grindstones. stones, which are made in a grindstone. Oops, I didn't need to make one. Well, actually I did, because I didn't have any. It's kind of an awkward shape, huh? There, that looks right, yeah? Oh, I don't even need two. Yeah, that's what am I talking about? So to make a grindstone requires 4 seconds. Yeah, so 1 gripper is more than enough. And then I just need my 2 little kinds of void chests, like that. You're so far away from power, huh? So, as I said, this isn't going to make pyrolyzers quickly. But it is making pyrolyzers. I mean, I could make it quicker, couldn't I? It doesn't have to be so outrageously slow in making grindstones. I could have multiple of these. It's kind of galling for grindstones to be the bottleneck instead of ingots, which were, like, they're so insanely expensive. But I worked hard enough to make some that they're just kind of lying around. Yeah, like ideally you would have 4 of these grindstones, right? I guess I'll do that. Well, this part's all getting erased, I guess. But I can move it over there, and then it's more obviously correct. And to run 4 of these, still just needs less than 1 ether per second, right? So these could both just be on slabs, which I don't have any of. I'm out of magma grippers! No matter how many you pick up, you still need more. This is fire, isn't it? Yeah. Could be a fun place to put down my first pyrolyzer, right by the big gate. this can now go. You're still making grindstones, right? I think that's what that is. You're still getting grindstones. Okay. We've now made 9 pyrolyzers, which is a nice start. And all 4 of these together still produce only 1 per second, so this gripper is plenty. And what do you know? I get to design another factory again. A new factory. Oh my gosh, I'm out of reaching grippers. Well, build the last 13, I guess. Get the hell out of here. Go to Earth. This is almost done. That's nice. Give me these fire keystones. Yeah, I'll leave right now. How about that? Oh, really? Is 1 gripper not enough? Okay. Did I misunderstand something? Or is this just a buffering issue? Because the recipe here... Grindstones. So 4 of these means I require these recipes. Okay, so it is actually 3 ether per second, which is more than one of my grippers can handle. But then there's like some buffering those, because I think some of it should have been getting to here, right? Eventually, but this guy's still busy buffering, so it hadn't happened yet. So nice to be able to just grab these, have them on tap. So to that end, let's go lay down some big pyrolyzer factories to make sure that we never have to worry about that again. I require void chests. Yeah, just give me 20. And I will turn some of them into pyre chests. Let's say 10. Oh, I also picked up a stack of incineration spires from the building down there. I think that was off camera. So let's, I think, take advantage of several new technologies and techniques that I have to just say, I'm not even afraid of building right in front of the portal. I know there's nothing happening on the other side of this, so like it would be fine to build here anyway, but I was previously afraid to build here. And oh, I forgot I need to go grab some collectors. It's not a very convenient mall. It's only 20, huh? You know what? Go ahead and make a chest of those for me. I didn't realize the stack size was so small. Not that I need more than 20 here, but I will want more in the future. So, okay, I don't need these motes of fire, that's for sure. So here's 20 Ember Collectors. Do I not have the range upgrade yet? I don't. Well, I actually don't want to put these down. I mean, I don't know. I guess I do, right? The extra range doesn't super matter. It just means they'll gather more evenly, and you can, the ones near the edge can have access to more in the middle, I think. I don't know. start here. There's a doodad. Just that one on this side, I guess. I guess I can build one facing the other way, why not? Okay, so here's a slick that should, once powered, be completely loaded with tons and tons of fire. And it looks like it's all powered as well. Great. Once I connect it up here, which I don't want to do just yet. Yeah, okay. I mean, these... Now, I mean, these each, even the ones near the center, okay, they have access to tons and tons of motes. Some of them are overlapping, but these shouldn't run dry for a while until there actually just aren't any motes left in the whole field, basically. So let's see what a pyrolyzer looks like when you put one down. Huh? I haven't even looked at that yet. Okay, just looks like a thing, I guess. So how much... now, once we have triple collection locations, I guess we would wish to... Where would those be? We would maybe want to redesign these. Well, no, because my recollection is that it's perfectly happy. It triples output and is happy to spread them along the different output points of these, but also is happy to output them into just one, I think. So, fine. So these currently, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So with each of these producing one every 2 seconds, that's like 7 motes per second, which only feeds 2 pyrolyzers, right? Because they take 3 motes per second. The recipe here says per 2 seconds, but that's the grindstone recipe. So it's 2 and a bit to satisfy this. Let's imagine one day we get the tripling, which we should. So... each of these would then be producing 6 per 4 seconds, 1.5 per second, which means 2 of them would go to one of these, so I would want 7 of these. Okay, that seems perfectly achievable. This is going to be so much ether. I'll have it forever. I'll never be short of ether. I'd have to make sure I bring enough void chests, I guess, to new planes. And I'll probably want to set up multiple arrays like this near each mode field, but near several mode fields. But this is the idea. I feel like these are not quite the orientation. Like, wouldn't I like them better in this orientation? I'm not going to worry about it, but I think I would have. And these each want 3 per second, which one day I might go do the Earth research to make that be a single gripper. But for now, it's 2. So maybe my future pyrolyzer arrays will be less wasteful. The output, though, is going to be 2 in the future, and it's 3 now. Because these produce more than they consume. I really want to get this plugged in, but I really treasure the moment of like actually plugging the whole thing in at once. I don't want to do it until I want to turn the whole this and this on at the same time with it already plugged into really I can't quite do it. Okay, there, really stylish. Let's move this one down here so it looks like I needed it. So then I need, if each of these is producing, in theory, although definitely not yet, someday, 6 ether per second times 7 is 42. The number of grippers feeding into void chests. 42 divided by 2.5? Nobody knows how to do that math. It's like 15? Something like that? Call it 18. 18 times 2.5 is 36, plus 9 is 45. So yeah, 18 is a little bit more than I need. But that's still just 3 void chests completely surrounded by grippers, right? Let me make sure this is actually the right distance. It is. And these don't even have to be spaced apart. They could be crammed right next to each other, but I kind of like the look of having them separate. Pretty exciting stuff. Okay, let's flip the switch. There they go. Pyrolyzing it up. Which ones are actually running? The ones down south? Yeah, it seems like stuff further south seems to get priority on Ichor Slicks. Yeah, and since the chests are full, of course, not much is actually happening here. But the point of this is that when I need a ton of ether on some other plane, it'll just be sitting here ready for me to grab. Here on Fire, it's very easy to make. I mean, is it crazy to say that this is enough, this is all I'll ever need? I think that's crazy. Right? It's just a single mote field. There's like a bunch of multiplicative factors, but it's still just one mote field. This can't be all I would need. That's crazy. I said it's like 40 something, and I obviously could want more than that. I wanted more salt than that yesterday. So I would like to set up a similar kind of thing for salt. Of course. But to do that, I need the third void chest, which can be found, I presume, in here. Hey! Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I came over here with cinder thingies too. Incineration spires. I really wish you would tell me, like, are you going to be powered when I put you down? I guess. Okay. This isn't even in range, is it? I mean, that's kind of perfect, I guess. It would be cool to blow it up and get another mote field. But it's just motes of fire, which... Well... I guess I could start mining those and not count on the production upgrade. Radiant wire will be nice. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do anything to this right now. I could, like, try to harvest more motes of fire and get them in here, but I think this is just going to gradually scale up all on its own. Yeah, still doing fine on power. This is going to gradually scale up on its own when I get more of the fire mastery research finished, which will happen automatically but very slowly as we're not making very many keystones. Or, well, we're making... The number of keystones I'm making, like right now we're actually gate kept by number of altars, and it would be nice to add more for sure, so I could have these cool technologies faster. I think this is like 2 seconds per research tick is my recollection. But, like, why are these in red? Are they the ones not being used? Maybe. But some of them are not being used, and, like, this one is not in red. So what? I don't know what this means. Oh, maybe it means there's no research left ever that requires lava barriers, which is true. So these, I assume, by the way, we're producing like truckloads of power on the plane of life. So I assume, I mean, it's 1500 is a lot, but I assume they could take out a rift very quickly with this. And I mean, Pyrolyzer, I hope I don't need. I don't need Sky Cradle anywhere else because I'm gonna just have enough ether coming from the plane of fire. I mean, what I want to do right now is go see what happened to my life factory. Why isn't it finishing that last research? Which way? I guess I have to go to Earth from here? Oh yeah, it's just right over here. I remember. And then from Earth, where are my keystones? I know I picked some up. Here they are. It would be nice, I suppose, on Earth to finish Radiant Earthenmite, the thing that gives you better grip strength. Yeah, this is whatever, who cares? It's not bothering anything on this plane either. Oh, it's been so long since I've wave dashed. What the hell is all this stuff? Oh, I thought this bug was fixed. I've never encountered it because I don't use Nitor, but there's some bug where Nitor... Maybe it's on purpose? Does Nitor work on every plane? I thought that was a bug that was fixed, not an intended thing. But I'm seeing it still happening. So if it was a bug, it isn't fixed. It didn't even look like it was lighting things up. It was just ghostly little flames. But it's hard to say for sure because it's daytime right now. Is there anything happening in all that mess? Well, you know what? I brought a bunch of incineration spires. I know there's power right here. Ain't gonna be no entropy in my house. So this is gonna clean up the entropy as well, right? That's how that works now. I got that research. Scour. Yeah. Oh. But only within a certain radius, which I guess is smaller than the radius that it eventually spreads to. So like if you're on top of it as it spawns, that'll hit all of it. But if you let it fester, I guess. Why are you... I just pointed literally right at you. If you let it fester, it gets to spread wider than the incineration towers can clear it. So I was going to say, wait a minute, shouldn't this have created a new mote field? My understanding is no. But I was confused and thought briefly yes. So that entropy, that rift, was not a result of actions taken on this, was not, although I used a spire here to destroy it, it was associated with a mote field elsewhere, presumably on the plane of life, which is where we're headed. And so maybe on the other side, there's going to be more water motes here, because that's, yeah, new water. New water just dropped. Okay, got it. Cool. So dropping incineration spires everywhere is going to be useful, I assume, but I don't know, I'm not in a rush. Okay, maybe over here I should be in a rush. So what went wrong with the last life research that we... I'm guessing it might be related to this. These are buildings on the Earth plane that are causing this, I suppose. Well, I'm glad I brought all those incineration spires. Let's get those on the hotbar for life-based stuff. Where do you even put them, huh? They're pretty big. And their range is decent, but not unlimited. Here? So I imagine this will be creating more mote fields on the plane of Earth. Because I assume that's where the mote fields were that created this entropy to begin with. Okay. Oh, hey, you're still here, huh? Don't flash at me. Yeah, that's what I thought. So this is a good opportunity to... Well, not opportunity. It's a good moment to start putting down incineration spires kind of with all of my buildings, because I can't always come back here quickly. Just kind of anywhere I have free space, drop an Incineration Spire. Like, I mean, here's one, right? Except it's not... Sure, there you go, you'd have power there. I'm not sure exactly what the coverage area of these is. But just plop them every old where. That way the entropy can't come back. Notice that slick rotation? Put one in here, I guess? This area is kind of important, right? Glad I automated building these. And there should, like, entropy shouldn't just appear out of nowhere, but I did just destroy a couple rifts, and my understanding is that after several minutes, entropy reappears somewhere near the original source that was causing the entropy the first time. So it should reappear somewhere around here sometime soon. And just having these spires down means I'm not going to be having any trouble from it, I think. And this should get the research going again. I remember it was stuck on 33 when I noticed the problem. Yeah, we're on 41. So it's back in operational. Kind of feels a little sacrilegious? Not quite. Grim to bring these monoliths of fire, these engines of destruction onto the peaceful plane of life, declaring war on the environment. But, well, the environment started it. And I've said before, when I played Factorio, and I was not, like, super good at it or whatever, I'm a biter hater. I play with no biters. And I just find it so stressful to have them, like... and it's so, like... it's annoying that they're always tearing stuff down, you gotta rebuild it. And B, like... I don't know, I just want to build cool factories, right? I don't really need the biters as a drive to speed, which they really aren't once you master them, right? This game, the entropy is like, I kind of like it. It's most of the time so far it's been like kind of out of the way. Sometimes it creates a problem, and like Incineration Spire as like a spot removal kind of thing has been a fine solution so far. But now that I'm expanding onto more planes, it's kind of permeating, right? It's causing enough of a problem that I'm like, okay, I finally have the tools to just generally fight this. And now it's a new constraint on the factory building of like individual things I build. But you don't have to like wall up the whole base and surround everything. I don't know. Plus, like, it just feels less hostile than biters, who are jerks. Alright, I don't think I own any Earth Keystones at the moment. Where are those? They're going into research, I'm sure. Yeah, down here. Give me that. How did these get piled up? I don't know. Anyway, the last life research thing doesn't even really matter. It's just like solar power is even better when it's already powering 3 planes, no problem. I'm just realizing, when I go to Shadow and unlock air, I'll have access to something from every plane, right? Air is the last element I've never used. Kind of neat. I still haven't mastered water, and like that could be a cool thing to do. right? Get these downpour bastions figured out as a replacement. But I just don't want to run... Incineration Spires just use power, which is free. Why would I use... Well... These clear areas more effectively, in a way, right? Because they have a wider range and can... The rifts with Incineration Spires, as we discovered just recently, if you let the rift spread for too long, the Incineration Spire won't clean up everything. Whereas a Bastion, I think, would be better at that. But I don't want to... I don't know. We'll see. Maybe there's some reason I want that. Obviously, on the plane of water, I'll need it. But an alternative would be to just, like, cover some other plane completely with Incineration Spires so that anything I do on water gets immediately zapped by Incineration Spire somewhere else. I never did this. Yeah, which, fine. It's because I don't want it. This hasn't felt urgent. I do want this stuff. So I could automate tidal collectors, but I think I'll just leave that till I get to water. Okay, so maybe let's go see what it would take to finish up on Earth. Here. Oh, let's put another guy here just to make sure it doesn't get out of hand. Who knows what was happening up here? I guess I have some power generation going on, and this was my mall. This sounds familiar. I'm surprised I was able to run at all. It should have been... like the entropy was in its way, right? But I guess while the building is building, it doesn't notice there's entropy under it. It's kind of interesting. Like, this area doesn't seem urgent to clean up. Oh, look! Motes of life. Pretty sure that wasn't there before. So one of these rifts must have actually been caused by mining happening here. I wasn't sure if that would ever happen. Because it doesn't happen before you move planes. But I guess once... So this was something I just wasn't sure how it worked. You know, once I've traveled to other planes, does mining on life start causing rifts? Looks like yes. And all of this stuff is, like, not important anymore. But I kind of feel like I should protect it as just a museum. Oh, look, my one brinery. Don't lie to me. That's in range, right? You're not aiming at the center, by the way. So this is probably going to make more earth motes, if I had to guess. This is associated with this earth mining. Which is kind of nice. Oh, there it is. More earth motes. Okay. I don't even really have to clean this up. It's not in the way of anything. Yeah. Okay, I'll just leave it. This is actually important to me, I think. What are we making here? Yeah, elemental water. That's going to the plane of Earth. They need that. They get very thirsty down there. There's still a rift up here, huh? In range of you here? No. That's fine. That rift can stay. No one can call me intolerant. Yeah, let's put down spires around this, I guess. You know what I would really like? An incineration spire for doodads. That would just mean I don't have to deal with that shit anymore. Like, there's a doodad here. Alright. This seems excessively protective, but that is important stuff. And so is this. It's not powered, though, because these aren't verdant streams. Ugh. Power seems to be coming from around here somewhere. There. I want to put one up on the north side. I don't really have burrow roots anymore, I don't think. Like, I could go find the materials for them, but I don't have them at hand. This doesn't even... Hello? Oh, I can't just do that, can I? This is not even collecting this whole time. I need more streamways to fix this problem. Actually, it's faster to just get streamways through here. I suspect, anyway, I'm not sure. There were streamways pretty close to the portal over here, yeah. Okay, I mean, my life is kind of a mess right now. Actually, wasn't I automating verdant streamways up here? Mana roots. I know I have them somewhere. I made 1 million of them. They should be in Bismuthville, I guess. No. Water and life. Maybe I didn't, but I thought I did. I had hundreds of verdant streamways. Ah. Here they are. They weren't showing up in the label for this chest for some reason. Just grab all of those. It being verdant doesn't matter because it's not connected to power, but it fixes this. Okay, so I wanted to see what was going on Earth, how hard it would be to get the last, well, to get any of the Earth Mastery stuff, really. Which needs, like, quarry collectors. wide chests. Like, and what a weird requirement. Up here, I was making grippers. This is where the elemental earth was. It's all so foreign now, so blue. I don't remember how this stuff works. Oh yeah, streamways, they have two sides. Man, I would have to load up with a whole, like, different set of tools here. Oh, and I wouldn't be using fire distribution anymore. I'd be back to roots. Which, if I make enough verdant streamways, would, I'm sure, be very lovely. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Even easier is to finish the water research, isn't it? That I was doing on life? Because, like, I started this. Verdant deltas were almost done. I could at least do that, right? Just Coralite, Water Prism, and Life Prism? How is that not getting done? Did I take Coralite out of the research area? I must have. I guess this is fine. Hey, water! What? It's gone. I zoomed in. Huh. Poured a bug on that, I guess. So, this happened just... Did I put these down while there were rifts here? I think I did. Oh my god, it fixed itself. No, wait. Depends where I stand. Okay, interesting. Anyway, whatever. I'm not too bothered by that. So, over in the research area, which is quite an exciting mess. Remember, embrace the spaghetti? That was the mantra for this plane. Coralite comes from here. There's a bunch of it, and that Coralite is going into research. What else is needed? Water Prism and Life Prism. That's what I did. I turned that off because I needed the water prisms for something else, or I wanted to use this altar to research something else. I think I just wanted the altar to research something else faster. Like finish verdant streams, so I turned off research on verdant deltas. Which is fine. I haven't needed verdant deltas, like, ever. Oh my gosh, there's so little water. Where's it coming from? Oh, right. I just don't make very much. We're a little light on motes as well, though, aren't we? Yeah, well, that makes sense. I need more water in order to get more water, it looks like. There's, there was some of it lying around somewhere, right? Yeah, here. Needs more ether. Oh, where am I ever going to get ether? Wait a minute. I was about to put down a shadow chest or a void chest, and it's like, those are illegal here, right? Can't do it. Yeah, so on life, I can't make use of that tool. I don't have easy access to the basic building blocks. Where's all my ether, man? There's a big factory to the southeast, right? Yeah. Okay, so how hard would it be to get these last couple things? I need to automate tidal collectors. Which are sand and simple collectors. Yeah. I'm not going to do that. Not until I go onto another plane that has water again. Oh yeah, I really could not figure out a good layout for this, huh? There's just not a lot of moats left in this area, it looks like. Well, actually, I mean, that's a decent chunk, I guess. So who knows what those are for, but apparently they were important. Oh, is this to be fed to the plane of Earth? What the hell is this? Oh, I see. It gets joined with something that's actually producing stuff. This one. And then it does indeed go to the plane of Earth. Okay. This research is still going strong? Yeah. No rush. This is doing fine. I'm not going to do this. And this I can't do until... So this is interesting, because this is something that actually requires keystones of two different types. And so does this, I guess. But this doesn't. Well, we don't know what it costs to build, but we know it costs this to research, at least. I assume this costs, like, brimstone and bismuth. Bismuth... and brimstone, right? No, it should just cost bismuth. Right. Okay, so let's head back to Earth, having fixed the problems here. More or less. Actually, now that I have a bunch of verdant streams, I should do one little bit more fix-up. Make that verdant so I can drop an incineration spire here to keep this protected. From top and bottom, I assume will mean it's basically covered. So, Earth research. Mostly it's granite, right? That I need. And granite is... salt and earth, as I recall. Of course. I still don't have a void chest for salt. But this is a ton of salt. Oh man. Those reaching grippers. These arrays are much smaller these days. Okay, so all that salt. Great. Where's all the earth, though? And also the salt kind of stops, like, here? It goes a million ways. It goes here to here? Oh, it is such a joy to puzzle out. Okay, so I could easily get some salt here to here, which is where the elemental earth is, right? That would be possible. Or I could continue this line down to here. Look at that. Some elemental earth, some salt. I don't really have all the right tools for building here. I should have picked up some at a mall somewhere. How hard would it be? So, granite by itself gets me some movement speed, which is nice. And then if I add quarry collectors, which also, I believe, take granite. Yeah. And simple collectors, I can just take out of, like, the ingredients out of a void chest, right? Yeah. So I can make those anywhere, no problem. That's a big help. Collectors really don't take pedestals? What takes pedestals? Rippers, right. Okay. If I were going to run granite into the research area, I think I would rather kill myself. Okay, but, I mean, I could pick up everything that makes fire here. Well, not quite, because I do need that brimstone. Is it this? No, where? This. This is the most important building on this whole plane. I love this building. And it's the last one I built, I think, more or less. So I can take out the fire research. That's certainly true. This stuff, making fire prisms, you can go. Now I'm picking a bunch of damn fire prisms, aren't I? Yeah. Stop! My inventory's full. Oh my god. I need to pick up the pedestals so they'll stop making stuff. Or stop putting more stuff in that inventory. Okay, I have completed Pyrolyzer Sky Cradle. How nice. It seems to have stopped in the middle of Radiant Wire, which I guess is fine. I wanted this more anyway. Now it's working on tower attack speed, which I assume towers include incineration spires. It may or may not include downpour bastions. So this is all going to take forever, but like I said, no rush. So, okay, the fire prisms, just throw them in the garbage. Nobody wants these. Verdant Delta's finally done. Wow. Why do I have a chest full of earth keystones? Oh, it was because I never did the logistics. I just said it's impossible to get earth keystones in here. Put them in a chest. That's right. Oh no. How am I ever going to do with the rest of the research? Answer, put it in a chest. I guess. So these could go. Do I even need earth prisms still? I think I do, right? No. Well, yes. Earth keystones require earth prisms. Yeah. So, but they don't have to go in here. They don't have to go into the research area at all. Nothing remains. Oh, well, these do. And I do want Radiant Quarry. So I can't just tear this out. I need to fit granite and wide chests in here? Are you insane? God, everything... I mean... I know what I was doing on fire was a little bit... messy, but... this is spaghetti and a half. I need a screenshot of this. It was fun, though. And it was done in the knowledge that it was spaghetti and that was part of the fun. What? Oh, yeah, that made sense back when I was powering stuff here. Oh, I can't pick that up? Okay. Yeah, very funny. You need a normal moat or route here now, right? Which I don't have any of. I mean, this stuff is not even all that urgent. It could probably just die, but... urgent is the wrong word. I meant important. It's not important. It is urgent. It's currently broken. So, you know, the faster you fix it, the faster it'll get working. It's just like it doesn't really matter if you ever do it. But if you are going to do it, sooner is better. That was over here. Yeah, I unpowered this whole area by ripping out this. There we go, it's back. It's not back, huh? Oh. Which of you, you're just a normal route? Yeah. Boy. Sure is tricky working here. This was necessary to power this verdant stream. Well, there's a verdant stream around here somewhere. No? Here? Everyone happy now? No. That seems to have turned things back on. Okay. Can't just rip stuff out, I guess. Finished radiant wire. Cinder collection array I'm much more interested in than tower attack speed. As long as they both get done, I don't really care the order that much. And Searing Lance is nice, increasing the range. I like that. Not sure it's working on either of these. Yeah, it is. Okay. It really is just impossible to fix things in here. I really want more earthenite, and I really want a quarry collector array. Everything else can jump off a cliff. Like, yeah, movement speed is nice. And I'll end up getting it as a result of doing all this other stuff, but... So maybe I should just do a separate research. Like, where are the earth keystones being made? Down here, right? Here somewhere. Yeah, these are earth keystones. So I could build a new research area over here, unfettered by this junk. And surely I can find some elemental earth and some salt. Feed into it. Right, a single mote field of earth should make tons of both of those things. That one's like hidden behind an island, I guess. Here though, for example? Or here? I don't think these are going to cause any problems on the fire plane if I use these. So turn that. Mine motes of earth, split them. Oh gosh, I forgot about deltas. Split them into salt and elemental earth. Well, and the motes of earth to become elemental earth will of course have to be bound, but that's no problem. I have void chests full of ether. Then recombine those into granite. Which would get me this. And I believe... Yeah, in simple collectors I can just manufacture out of thin air. So jamming the granite into a stone cutter, I think it is, to make... Yeah, stone cutter. To make quarry collectors shouldn't be too hard. So the earth keystones, I mean... I'm running drippers all the way here? Okay, sure, I guess. So I can just peel off the earth keystones from here. Send them down this way and do a new earth research area. The problem is the grippers. Well, oh, good news. I found some grippers. Good. So that's the other main thing that is annoying to automate for all this, right? Is that I need grippers to make reaching and tighten grippers. But if I already have normal grippers and granite and elemental earth, where are the reaching grippers? Here they are. These are just grippers and earth, no problem. And these are reaching grippers and granite, which again, if I have all those things, no problem, right? So I think the answer is to abandon this research area, The only thing in here that matters is earth keystones, and they're down here anyway. Yes, I approve this decision. So I need to go grab more tools for working in a life area. I mean, I could use Icarus Links. Nothing wrong with that. But I don't really have fire power here. So I need to use roots. But does that say anything about whether I need, like, streamways? I guess not. It's just that verdant streamways are a nice way to carry power, right? So I know I have some underground underwaters around here somewhere, right? Here they are. I made a whole chest full of them, which seems insane. I need streamway deltas. Why can't I make those? Do I need... Oh, I can. I need slabs? Oh, what about verdant deltas, by the way? I don't think I need those, I guess, but just curious. Yeah, they're expensive. Sure. Just make 20 of these, I guess. And I don't think I ever automated burrow routes. I just didn't make that many of them. Oh, look at that. That's like the only thing I can make. Great. Make 5 of those. I have mana roots. I need some blooms. It would seem that was never automated. I mean, maybe I don't need blooms, but probably having a handful wouldn't hurt. And I seem to have run mostly out of roots. I can't find them in my inventory anymore, so... Ah, there they are. Okay, that seems... I mean... I'm sure I'll find I'm missing something. 'Cause I can't build anything. I don't have enough, like, salt and stuff. Obviously, I don't want to build a primordial mana well. I'm just noticing, like, everything's at 0 here. Yeah. Let's, don't need you. Don't need city grippers. I do actually need altars and pedestals. It's a lot of bismuth. Don't need obsidian here or ingots. 1 mycelium. Okay, I have some space to work with now. So why? The reason I can't build anything is I don't have any ether, right? Of course. That's easy to fix, but not like that. Now I have tons of ether. I assume I need salt now. Oh my god, I picked up too much. Don't need all these prisms. salt has got to be the limiting factor at this time. It's around here somewhere. Here it is. Okay, now I can build stuff if I have enough elemental whatever. What I need is not elemental fire. Or elemental shadow. It's elemental earth. I'm doing a bunch of earth-based stuff. Something doesn't seem right about this. This is just laid out in rows. So like these are collectors, water, life, earth, etc., right? Then these are grindstones, like ways to do, it's a different kind of production. Water, life, earth, whatever. Water, earth, not earth. Water, life, earth, whatever. But then down here, suddenly, oh, I guess these are the kind of dual element things. Okay, that makes sense. That's why it's different. And these are better grindstones. So I already have some quarry collectors. 15 should be plenty. All right, but I can't go over there. It's going to go down here. Sure do love motes. Love having my inventory full of motes. Being unable to place buildings, also one of my favorites. Alright, this looks more or less clear. This have been higher? No, right? Because then it would block. Yeah. I mean, it could be, but not the higher I was thinking of. Let's do that in here somewhere. There it is. So this ought to be more than enough, right? Oh, I've forgotten all about how to power these things. I guess that's what Verdant Streamways are for, huh? Great. So these want to merge together. This doesn't look symmetrical. I guess it can't. I was imagining it joining a kind of a Y shape, but that doesn't make sense. No, it could, couldn't it? If this one were coming in like that. That's kind of the Y shape I imagined. But you have to come in from kind of a funny angle to get it. Not that it matters. Okay, so now that's all joined up. And I have to delta some of it off. I'm not going to use verdant deltas. I want to send it to make to be ground or to be bound, as we always say. So I know I'm intentionally using non-verdant streamways here because I'm going to run roots to this. But I needed verdant ones for the middle. So over here, I don't know, maybe the whole thing should just be verdant. What do I know? Probably should, right? How hard is it to make verdant streamway deltas? I mean, hard, I think, right? Yeah, I don't have the materials with me. We're not making coralite here. So it shouldn't be the end of the world to route some power down there. I've completely forgotten how to build anything here on Earth. I know I need grindstones because I don't currently have the equivalent. 15 ought to be more than enough. 8 ought to be more than enough, I think. I don't have the equivalent of the pyrolyzer works on anything for water. I assume I get that from water. So if I run like this... I remember I had some cool things with, like, burrow roots going under. It just seems, like, so annoying. But, you know, one advantage is that I currently own some burrow roots, whereas a lot of other stuff I do not own. I need something to power the grindstones themselves. Because the grippers, I can just use magma grippers. I have 100 of those. But what do I do about the buildings? I guess, like, this is what root-bound grippers are for, right? I've used them before and enjoyed them, but now, like, I want them back. Okay, I can make 40. That seems nice. Oh, I'm manufacturing the simple grippers by hand, I guess. I see. Okay. So... still seems kind of lame. What are the root-bound grippers for? They're there to conduct power through either a row of roots or a verdant streamway to the buildings. I could just put some blooms over here, couldn't I? They're massive now. That seems a lot easier. Okay. Problem solved. They're so big. Just like 2 blooms cover that whole area. Crazy. I mean, I assume that blooms were very large before. They should only be 1 wider than they were. But I just, like, didn't appreciate it at the time. And now that I've worked with fire wires, and I'm used to having such a tiny area. I am now amazed by what these guys can do. Okay, so that's probably enough salt, right? I mean, who knows really how much I need. Okay, well, I should then run some routes on my way back, right? That was a thing a disciplined person used to do. Over there. Oh, I don't even have to go that far for routes anyway. I'm looking for a verdant stream. It should be on my bar. There it is. So this is now all powered up, right? Yes. I could just use verdant streams, but I refuse to waste the resources. Even though they're just free. But I didn't automate building them, right? I don't deserve them. So full. Thing is, I need all this stuff, kind of. Don't need that. I have more magma grippers than I really need. I should be further south. Okay, so here's like not an enormous amount of salt, but not a small amount either. Well, it's kind of small. And all of this salt wants to become granite, I believe, right? None of it wants to stay as salt. I need to build quarry collectors, granite, and the various grippers. The gripper, this one requires earth and grippers. This one requires granite and grippers. These are not relevant. And this requires granite and collectors. Yeah, so all of this salt, collectors don't require salt. All of this salt wants to be turned into granite. So I can build some stone cutters. And have elemental earth coming in on the other side. So if I'm building 4 salt per second, that's 2 granite per second, which isn't a ton, but I don't need the research to go fast. I just need it to happen eventually. Which means just 2 stone cutters. Kind of an embarrassingly small number. But once I have salt coming in void chests... Oh, although... Huh. I won't be able to use those here because they'll be air void chests. Okay, that's fine. It's easy to get salt here. I was just thinking, oh, I might one day put a void chest here and load this up if I wanted, like, production of a lot of grippers or something. But I guess that's not happening. So my stone cutters are somewhere in this pile. I literally just built 2 of them. They have to exist. They should have the number 2 next to them. They should be in the production section, right? Did I click the wrong button? Did I make granite or something? I don't see them. I guess I don't know what they should look like. Okay, remind me over here. Production, stone cutter. They look like that. This is one thing that I've said many times that Factorio has that would be so easy to add to this game, I assume, that would just really help. It's like when I mouse over this, highlight it here if I have some. But I don't see any, so let's make one. There it is. I guess I didn't make any. I thought I was. But I got distracted talking about how I might extend this, I guess. That's where the salt comes from. Then on the other side, I need 2 streamways. Or 1 merge streamway. I forgot you can do that. Okay. No, that doesn't make sense. What I should do is on this side, I should put the elemental earth in like this. Oh, so I don't even need this delta, do I? I can just loop back around and turn the rest of it into elemental earth over here. And merge it there. It's annoying having to switch back and forth between bars for other things. I should just put magnet grippers on the hotbar for here, I guess, actually, for life. Because that's the only thing I'm actually going back for. There we go. Now maybe I can stay on the life toolbar for a bit. This is just such a wasteful way to do it. And I don't remember how to route. It was so annoying to weave. It was interesting, but I don't want to go back to the days of weaving roots through everything. The roots are bigger now. Is that any good? Not really. So I just want to put a root here and or a bloom here, and I'm sure there's something better I could be doing, but this is fine. Okay. So now, to make granite, I require elemental earth, which means elemental binders, which I have 4 of. I'd like more than that, please. 10? Is that enough? An earth keystone. Well, we're not making those. We already have those. So it's an elemental earth and a reaching gripper and a titan gripper. How much does that all cost? $24 for a titan gripper. That's kind of expensive. I mean, 5 earth per second is probably fine, right? The elemental binders are here. And I remember I used to be able to do it just like this with life and earth tools. I don't really remember the details of how. I'm sure it involved some complicated routing that I may or may not be willing to reproduce, but it looks like I'm going to, because that's what I've built. Let's go examine where I last bound elemental earth. Up here. Oh my god, that's what happened, all right. I had burrow roots going through everything. And it is, in its own way, nice and perfect, right? But when the grippers don't even need power, it seems very silly. I don't have to do that. Actually, even if I can actually get power to the grippers as well if I want. Not that I will, they're magma grippers. But if I do something like make this I guess this whole thing could have been Verdant Stream, huh? Verdant Streams are just expensive, though. I don't mind that it's not. But starting, like, here, it could be. Oh, my God. Actually, I kind of do want to just tear it down here at the moment. So many motes of earth. Okay, so my idea, let's not connect this up yet, is I can't. Can I? Wait. If I do it like this, I can. And then I guess this one would be here for symmetry. So what I can do is run a verdant stream, which I should not have connected up. Stay disconnected, please. Like this. Yeah. We're done with Ember Collector Radiant Array thing. Not Radiant, arrays. So maybe we'll be making even more Ether now. Maybe. So I could have always done this. But the downside is, or was, that it doesn't provide power on this side. So I still needed something else to do. Right now, though, I don't have that problem anymore. I don't need to power the grippers that are extracting. They're powered by magma. Also, this is not yet right. God, God, I'm going to need to pick up more motes of earth. I hate this game. So for making 5, that's exactly 2 grippers. Okay. I forgot that I need to... merge the lines, because that's something that I haven't done for a long time with my access to, with use of slicks, right? So here I need to make sure that this is all on one side. No, this is fine. These are motes of earth. They can be on the whole thing, but I need to get out a void chest containing ether, which is this one. That's what I wanted. But now I have to pick up more motes of earth again to let the ether make its way through. You sure you're not powered? Oh, I didn't replace this all with verdant streamways when I was building this thing. There we go. Not quite, huh? I need to merge this only on the right side of the line, so maybe I'm supposed to do this. There we go. Every 1 second it needs 2 of each. So that's actually 4 inputs, which I can't provide even once I get better grip strength. So I should give each of them 2 input grippers. And then every 1 second it just needs 1 output. So one gripper is fine on the output side. Okay, looks like that's working fine. So now I have granite and elemental earth and keystones. Well, I haven't peeled them off yet, but they're nearby, which is enough to get this. But I want quarry collectors quite badly as well. So actually, this is probably supposed to go the other way. That's enough working space, I think. So this. Oh, I also need to be careful. My elemental earth, I only want some of it going over there. If I had a slick, it would just be fine. But then it wouldn't be able to merge so nicely. So I think what I actually want to do is like this. And have this go the other way. With a delta that gives it the option of turning around. Like that. Now the elemental earth that isn't being turned into granite can continue onwards and be researched, because we do still need elemental earth for the research. But the thing we need to do with granite is build quarry collectors, right? Right. Now, simple collectors, I'm going to build down here. Because they don't need to interface with any of the earth stuff. They just need to come in and be merged with granite. Which is coming down. Actually, I sent it up. Maybe down is looking like a better idea after all. We'll see. So I've built this simple collector thing a few times. I need both void chests. I did it with slicks before. Would it be simpler with streams? I think so. Yeah. So let's do that. This one is one, this one's the other, okay. If I do that, yeah, they operate in perfect harmony, exactly as desired. So collectors require a tinker's table. It's 2 seconds to make one, and quarry collectors are 1 to 1. So if I wanted one every 2 seconds, I could build one tinker's table. I'll build 2 just in case. I'm not really sure how much throughput I actually have. Where are my tinker's tables? There's one. Oh, actually, how much throughput do these need? Not much, right? Every 2 seconds, they require 6 items. So every second, they require 3. Okay, well, so once I have better grippers, a single magnet gripper will do it. I mean, it wouldn't be hard, I guess, to put 2 grippers in, would it? Not really. Okay. So out the other end. We do this. We plop in a mana bloom for power and everybody's happy. Actually, I'm wondering if sending them up might be better after all. Because then I can just merge the streamway of collectors onto this side here. Now these are the materials. Okay, I should not do this. Do not do this. Because now my granite and my collectors are merged forever, but I need granite for two things. So how am I actually supposed to do this? How about let's turn this around one more time for laughs? Just like the old times. Do this. Where I send granite out that way. To be merged with reaching grippers, which I can make from up here. And another granite line to be merged with collectors. This. I need more stone cutters. Let's just build a handful. They're so expensive. Oh, it's already bloomed. How nice. So those two ought to be enough, right? And to make a quarry collector, four granite per second. Okay, so I can only support two of these anyway on half a streamway. But it does need two grippers for input each. And that's quarry collectors. Where did they want to go to a new research area? Along with elemental earth, right? Yeah. So like that. I'm not going to merge them yet, but I think I am merging them eventually, right? No, because they need to go to separate pedestals. Look at them go. All right. now the last thing is reaching and tighten grippers, right? Except for chests, which I would like, but I don't want to. How hard is it to make these stupid wide chests? Granite and simple chests. Chests. Pedestals and salt. Pedestals. Salt and salt. Just a nuisance. And you know what? My quarries are good enough. I don't need more range. Take that. I'm not building this garbage. So all I need now is the last two kinds of grippers. And I have up here some grippers. Oops. I mistook the direction. Have I gone too far? Nope. So, logistics. Reach and grippers are just elemental earth and normal grippers. And titan grippers are just reach and grippers and granite. So I need to combine this with elemental earth, which is here. It's all very complicated. I mean, okay. I should start doing the research on the parts I already have, right? Like, this is going to take hours, or at least a while. And this is going to take a while, and I have all the pieces. I should start that, and then get this stuff going. So that, I guess. And let's build a research area. I still haven't figured out a good way research should look. But surely I can manage 2 of these, right? I don't know what the throughput of my stuff is like. Maybe it's not even good enough for that. So it's keystones, elemental earth, granite, quarries, grippers, and grippers. Keystone earth, quarries. So like 6 things. That's so much. So I guess a simple, scalable solution to that. Don't laugh, I actually mean it. Scalable. Would be, rather than trying to make use of a shared pedestal, which is just such a laughable efficiency, what if I did something like this, where I need more pedestals. I had like 3 of the ingredients come in on the top side, running like 3 streamways feeding in here, and then here, the same ones. And then down here, I have like 3 streamways feeding this side, right? That shouldn't be too hard. So on this, that could be elemental earth, quarries, and I guess granite, because that's the other thing I already have. Oh no, keystones, of course. So let's say that the keystones... It's tricky with deltas, isn't it? Because you kind of have to like arrange this like fancy wires, right? Where you have like this. I can just put these further away to make space for all the deltas. Right? Like, I'm imagining this comes up here and then meets a delta. This one wants to meet a delta like here. Here? Here, I guess, so it doesn't get involved with that stuff. Where that goes under. And that goes in. But I don't really have space for the third thing easily. It was going to be keystones coming from up here, but it's going the wrong direction, so the streamways are going to be all screwed up, or the deltas are going to be all screwed up, aren't they? The perfect is the enemy of the good today, I think. Because I can at least get some research done right now. If I just run some stupid keystones down here. Streamways. As usual, give me another few hundred. This is so much material just queued up here. These keystones are highly concentrated. So it's a lot of raw materials, I mean. Just to send down and find a new research area. So, I mean, I know this is another sad stopgap solution that I'm going to regret in 100 years, but hopefully I'll have done all the research by then and I won't care. Except, of course, I know some of it I won't have done. Because I said I don't care about it, and one day I might write the Radiant Quarries. Okay, we're doing research, that's what counts. Yeah, this whole, like, having multiple of them, I don't know, that's for smarter people, I think. Just feed everything into one and it'll get done eventually. So I have granite somewhere in here. Yes, which I sent here. Although this route cut it a little bit too close, actually. I needed more space than that. So one place the granite needs to go is just up into the research area. So I don't have granite there yet. Okay, that's insane, but whatever. I mean, it's no worse than this where I have stuff going there for no reason. Now that it has granite, it could work on this, but it's choosing not to, which is fine with me. I need to get reaching grippers up there. And then titan grippers. This is going to be the last use of elemental earth in this area. And then I brought these grippers in. And, like, I don't think I need more production than this can provide. It is a pretty fast building. Although, I guess they need to go to multiple things, right? Oh, this doesn't actually want to be a delta, I don't think. I'll have a delta here to peel it off to work on the grippers. I need a vault now. Yeah, that seems good. Not quite. So let's extract the finished reaching grippers. To here, and then build that vault that I just had. Taking input from that, but also from my granite. A reaching gripper? Yeah, that works. explain to me why you're not taking these reaching grippers I'm giving you? Oh, is Vault the wrong building? It's Stonecutter? I figured Titan Grippers were advanced enough that they would need to be in a vault. Okay, I guess not. Okay, so I don't know if I have enough throughput on all of these things to really justify everything that I've done. But it should be okay. It'll get the research done eventually. Hey, it started to work on Earth and Might, abandoning the other thing it was in the middle of, which is fine. Earth and Might is my favorite thing in the world. So now we have all of these things. These are the things I wanted. They will not be done quickly, but they will be done someday. Alright, I think this video has gone on for way too long. I'm afraid to look. I'm all tabbing out to check. You can tell because the game is crashing. 2 hours 20. Okay, but we did a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.